Okay, if there's really a need to provide a disclosure for unpopular opinions, now would be the best time for me. Because I feel like some of you guys may not agree with what I have to say today. And I mean really not agree. So proceed with this disclaimer. Hello guys, welcome to Filmanter. Fun fact before we begin. I had this video almost made first, but just chose to post the SRK video first since that's a little more uplifting than this one. That said, let's begin. For the longest time, more than over 2 decades now, Aamir Khan has been hailed by the masses as the best all-round A-list actor in the Hindi film industry today, way above any sort of credibility bestowed upon any of his other long-standing contemporaries, be it Shah Rukh, Salman, Akshay, Ajay, you name them. Mr. Perfectionist of Bollywood, as we've been fondly calling him due to his knack for understanding right from the first moment what script may or may not resonate with the audiences, and the lengths at which the actor can go to make us believe he is that person he's portraying on screen. And barring a few hiccups, it has worked wonders for the actor and the audiences alike. But after watching the trailer of Laal Singh Chaddha, the only word I can use to describe my initial feeling was neither disappointed nor discouraged. The word to describe my feeling was offended. Believe it or not, I was actively enraged after watching Aamir in that trailer. Now, hear me out. I'm not at all easily offended by films. In fact, I go out of my way to preach watching movies as nothing more than a source of entertainment. But there's something to be said about this frankly god-awful look of Khan's that has stuck with him for so many films now. I can't possibly take his role in this film seriously anymore. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. In fact, let's just hear what I had said in a video of mine a year or so back about Aamir Khan's acting because context would be important in this case. Acting comprises of 2 main elements, art and craft. I think solely based on art, Shah Rukh Khan is a better actor than Aamir Khan. But because Aamir has a tendency to craft his characters so bloody well, we as audience gravitate towards it. I remember a few people catching on to this opinion of mine and reasserting how Aamir is still very much the superior actor among the two. In fact, that's still the general notion out everywhere, so I understand if that's what most people believe. But it doesn't help that the first thing his portrayal of Laal Singh Chaddha reminds us of is his characters in his other recent movies such as Dhoom 3 and PK. And you may ask me here, well Aamir, how else would he play a character that is differently abled? To that I say, well, definitely not like this again and again. It really feels like a caricaturish, one-toned performance of a whole spectrum of neurodevelopmental disorder. You'll be surprised to know how many autistic individuals we interact with on a day-to-day basis without even realizing this about them. Because like I said, it's a whole spectrum rather than something like, I don't know, ye pagal hai aur ye nahi hai. Now with that said, I can still vouch for Khan here. I'm more than sure that this is coming from a place of good intention. And I understand that there is some sort of facial and physical animation required today to appeal to a larger audience. Subtle just doesn't take the cake when it comes to making it big in any domestic industries at the moment, not just Hindi. But that's where the artist should try to find other ways to portray such similar characters. Although, like I said, they're not similar. They shouldn't be similar. This same character's rendition by Tom Hanks felt as normal as ever. He didn't have to do that PK-esque eye-popping or that big ear-to-ear smile that Aamir finds a way to incorporate in all his films these days. And I'm not saying that because I'm a sucker for Hollywood films or think that our films are inferior to them in any way. On the contrary actually, in all fairness, when I watched Forrest Gump for the first time, I thought it was an okay film at best. I was more than excited to watch Laal Singh Chaddha and deep down still am because I know I'd be able to relate to the historical events in this film much more than I ever could with the Tom Hanks daughter. So it's not the film, it's sadly Khan this time. It just feels very contrived whenever he uses similar tropes like stammering and over-the-top tomfoolery to depict autism. Wait, am I jumping the gun here? The film hasn't even released yet. Honestly, I bloody hope I am, and what we get to see in the film feels less caricaturish than the trailer that we got to see. I feel like post Laal Singh Chaddha, Aamir needs to start taking up more diverse roles other than what he's recently been doing. I thought he ruled in his authoritative yet vulnerable role in Dangal, and I low-key enjoy whenever he plays it down, such as when he did so in Talash and Tare Zameen Par. Aamir's strengths are in his film choices and his attention to detail. He doesn't need to pull off a God of Chandna for us to appreciate him. Can you guys imagine him working with largely premise-driven filmmakers like Zoya Akhtar, Neeraj Pandey, Kabir Khan, or even Sanjay Leela Bhansali? Now that will be a treat. Definitely something, in my opinion, far better than what's rumored to be his next venture after Laal Singh Chaddha. Yet another remake, this time of a Spanish movie. And guess what? Again with a premise revolving around mentally challenged individuals. Thankfully, Khan himself wouldn't be playing one, rather coaching them in sports. So somehow he found a way to blend both Dangal and PK together. Hopefully that's just a rumor if you ask me, and we get to see Khan appear in more diverse roles spanning over multiple genres. Thank you for watching the video, guys. Let me know what you think about Laal Singh Chaddha's trailer in the comment section down below. Do you think a Champions remake is the right move for Khan after this one? Please don't forget to leave a big thumbs up on this video if you agreed with my thoughts, and subscribe to Filmanter if you haven't already. With that out of the way, please have a safe week ahead. My name is Aamir, and I shall see you soon.